Hello, everybody. This is Hedda Hopper, and here I am at Pickfair, which we call the White House of Hollywood. It's a landmark of romance and tradition, and the home of Mary Pickford and Buddy Rogers. It's nearly as busy these war days as the White House in Washington. With Buddy in the Air Service, Mary's opened their home to dozens of worthy causes, such as the one my camera caught the other day when Hollywood stars and the public rubbed shoulders at a garden party for the benefit of the soldiers and sailors of the United Nations. Reginald Denny poses with a four-legged friend who's doing his bit for the war, too. He won't bark. I mean the dog, not Reggie, unless you throw a coin in the knapsack. See what I mean? Guests gathered around Pickfair's oyster-shaped swimming pool, while Frieda Inniscourt, chairman of the entertainment committee, is busy as punch selling punch. Or is that lemonade? Back from Broadway into great success is King of Boo, Boris Karloff, looking for new fields to frighten. Everybody thrilled to the bagpipes of the Canadian Legion Post Band. Patricia Whitehead's Highland Fling got us all doing it. Just 10 cents a throw, folks. Step right up, as Adolphe Menjou does. Ian Hunter thinks that's pretty good pitching. Go ahead, Adolphe. Try another shot. Thank you. There's your prize, and watch him pocket it. Here's the announcement of another lottery. You probably won't win, but your money helps to keep some man in the service from being too lonely. Rudy Valley picked Seabiscuit. Yes, he's waiting. It's Cavalcade, 4-1. Rudy seems happy about it. But that's just acting. Many years before Pearl Harbor, Reggie Denny began manufacturing model airplanes to make the youth of America air-minded. And now he's auctioning one off for charity while Basil Rathbun and Mary look on. Here's Mary herself at the microphone, telling her guests about the wings Buddy earned and sent to her. Reginald Gardner started the ball rolling for the auction of a Hopper hat, while Hazel Forbes grins. It was knocked down to Eric Remark for $250. Every Wednesday for months, Pickfair has been turned over to the USO. Soldiers, sailors, Marines enjoy the luxury of a swim in the pool, play gin rummy, and have lunch with some of Hollywood's loveliest girls. Informal entertainment usually is provided by movie and radio artists. Goodness, I didn't know the tire situation was that bad. Well, it wasn't in those days either. It's just Ann Gillis and Billy Bletcher on a bicycle built for two. Actually, this is the beginning of a fashion show which takes you back many, many years. The show was based on famous covers from the Saturday Evening Post, showing a parade of fashions throughout the years. This beauty of 1922 came to life in the person of Joan Davis, who needs a lot more padding to fill out that bathing suit. And get a load of those water wings. Remember them? The show was staged by Helen Virginia Meyer, famous stylist, who's collected thousands of authentic costumes which she brought from New York for the event. This tennis girl of 1906 is none other than June Dupree. Can you imagine playing a smashing set in that? Well, it took lots of gumption and a shoehorn to get into this, but Lola Lane certainly got a kick out of it just as we did. This is what the girls wore on a shopping spree way back in 1906. 4. It's the snappy golf girl of 1903, and what a girl. June Havoc, who's really going places in our town. She's a knockout, even in an outfit that's almost 40 years old. Ann Gillis' afternoon dress is something our mothers knocked 'em cold with way back in 1902. And for my money, it still looks better than a pair of slacks. Ben Webster and his wife, Day May Whitty, married 50 years. They remember these fashions. On the right is Ona Munson, the Belle Watling of Gone with the Wind. The 1907 Apple Girl is recreated by June Dupree. Come to think of it, I believe I could wear that hat today. In 1903, this is the way they went to parties. And even now, Lola Lane wouldn't have any trouble catching herself a beau in that outfit, which incidentally weighs 60 pounds. This ravishing gown was created many, many years before Joyce Matthews ever wore... Oh, well, let it go. Its vintage is 1907, and Joyce, incidentally, is the wife of Milton Berle and brags about it. One of the Post's most celebrated covers was this drawing by Nisa McMain of the Red Cross nurse in 1918. But in World War II, American girls are giving their time to many auxiliary services too, as is Anita Louise in her Vax uniform. Ginny Meyer, the basketball girl of 36 years ago. I didn't know they played ball then, did you? She takes on Uncle Sam's men today. V stood for Vassar in 1906. Today, it's victory. Here's the 1902 sweater girl with June Havoc and some fighting men of 1942 impersonated by themselves. Up over the hill of Pickfair come our stars and some of their guests. Director Mal St. Clair and Max Sennett, who made our first bathing beauties famous. From the old to the new, 3 Hollywood stars were living symbols of American women in wartime. Claudette Colbert of the Volunteer Army Canteen Service, Joan Bennett of the American Women's Voluntary Service, and Mary Pickford of the American Red Cross. It's been a privilege to present you all in Hedda Hopper's Hollywood.